I'm Jeremiah Zanin, a programmer here at Volition. I worked on Saints Row games most of my time here.
My name is Mark Allender. I'm currently a programmer at Volition, but back in the time at Saints Row, I was the studio technical director.
Near the end of Saints Row 1, our performance was horrible. We wanted to hit 30 frames a second, and we were very far off. And we had like one rendering programmer working on it. You know, I went to this talk a couple years ago at GDC about PVS, pre-computed visibility. And the idea was you kind of sample points around your level and then record what objects were visible. So we decided, you know, let's give it a try.
But doing that took a long time.
I mean, you have to render the scene, which, you know, could be a 30th of a second, but there are hundreds of thousands, millions of samples.
Yeah, we started using Xbox One development kits to do the
360,
rendering.
Xbox 360.
Shoot, well, you're gonna have to edit that out. So we started off with about 20 in my room, and so that process started taking like, 8 hours instead of 16 hours to get it done. And so by the end of the project, I was literally walking around the office at 2 or 3 in the morning using every Xbox kit in the building to do this PVS system. Because there was some bugs in there that would cause the kits to red ring. So I basically would start it and then I would walk around for a couple hours restarting kits in the whole building as the PVS system was generating data for Saints Row. We were probably no more than 10 weeks out from having to ship. That was probably one of the worst or best memories of the project, depending on how you look at it, I guess.
For me, it was such a Hail Mary pass. People were crunching like crazy and we were just struggling.
I mean, honestly, I think we were probably calculating PVS points probably up until 2 or 3 days before we actually submitted the game. And I think for people that played Saints Row and noticed buildings flipping on and off as they drove down the road, that's probably the PVS system having inaccurate data. So we tried.
Or streaming.
Yeah, we tried our best. So that's what we remember.
Yeah.